At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. An investigation underway into 2 fatal traffic accidents in the country. Plus, as the Golden Owls by-election nears, the Free National Movement wraps up its campaign with a rally ahead of Monday's vote. In sports, Bahama Hoops champions crowned. Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition starts now. So glad you can join us. Good evening, I'm Desmond Saunders, and welcome to the broadcast. Tragic scene unfolding on Robinson Road early this morning. Police say around 2 a.m., a man walking near Bedolio Street was struck by a dark-colored Acura. That driver stopped and called for help, but moments later, a gray Honda with several occupants ran over the victim and sped off. Emergency teams confirmed he suffered severe injuries and died on the scene. Police now urgently searching for the driver of that gray Honda vehicle. If you can assist, please call 911, 919, the traffic division at 397-8050, or 1 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. A tragic late-night collision on Kit Island has left a man dead and police searching for answers. Police say around 8:30 p.m. Friday, officers responded to a single-car crash on Queens Highway in Smiths Bay. A gray Honda Accord slammed into a utility pole. The male driver was found unresponsive inside the vehicle. A local doctor arrived, examined the victim and pronounced him dead on the scene. Police say the man had a pre-existing medical condition. An autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of death. Well, up to 500 Bahamas Power and Light customers in several Western New Providence communities are without power. The outage, which began early Friday, stems from a project managed by contracted company Bahamas Grid Company. BPL Chief Operations Officer Anthony Christie says the utility company has stepped in to assist.
Yesterday it was reported that we had a fault at our substation on Skyline around 9:30, and that basically would have impacted the area between Skyline Lakes and Lake Cunningham. So all the customers in that area would have lost their power supply. So overnight, the teams from BGC would have worked to repair the issue on the substation itself, but there was a secondary fault that was determined to have been on the underground cable that had to be located and then repaired. So this morning, BPL team assisted. They came out. They were able to identify the fault location, and presently they're preparing to actively excavate and repair the cable so that we can restore power. Now, this is going to take quite a while, a few more hours at least. We can't estimate precisely, but we would say by sometime this evening, we hopefully will be able to restore power to all the customers impacted.
Now, affected residents hoping their power will be restored soon.
Many of our neighbors are out at this very moment trying to buy generators or obtain generators by some means to give them power at their home. Everyone knows everything is electrical, down to your stove, your refrigerator. To eat, to cook, it's more and more finances that you have to spend. We're seeing trucks in the area refueling generators, those that have generators, and that's not a little penny.
I have no idea if persons have their surge protectors on, so that's produce, frozen items that more than likely have spoiled by this time.
The BPL itself cannot just say they're not responsible, but they must understand that they are the company that contracted these foreign entities to come in, and therefore must demand of them to do what they have contracted to do.
Well, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force fleet just weeks away from a long overdue intensive overhaul. Nearly a decade after most of the vessels were first commissioned, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, says the maintenance push is part of the mandate given to the Defense Force Commodore to fully optimize the organization's vessels.
We'll be heavy lifting the HMBS, Raleigh Grey, the HMBS, A.D. Hanna and the HMBS Cascarilla back to the Netherlands for a full refit. That is an exercise where they'll be put on a vessel carrier and carried back across the Atlantic. They have returned at least one of the P boats back to the fight in terms of refurbishing it to go back online, and they're working on other vessels.
Well, coming up, the Free Nation Movement makes a final push to voters ahead of Monday's by-election, the big day. That and more when we come back.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
I worked hard every single day, from primary school into secondary school. My name is Darren Pickstock. I started to work at Atlantis as a space cleaner. Nobody could beat me. I took pride in my job. After that, I went to the UK to study law. I'm very proud of my work in the Senate, my advocacy for suicide prevention, my record in empowering young people, and also food security. I'm the chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. I believe that it is important for us to feed ourselves, so I see that as a national security issue. The government has done a lot, but the reality is there is a lot more to be done. The cost of living is always increasing, and so to be able to bring down the cost of food will assist people in being able to eat properly. Investing in Bahamians is important, extremely important. It is about opening the door. People just want an opportunity. I am very result-driven, and that is what Golden Isles will see me as.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Inagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. With the Golden Isles by-election just hours away, the Free Nation Movement rallied supporters Friday, throwing their full support behind its candidate, Brian Brown. Dignity Gardens was packed with voters championing Brown as the next member of Parliament for Golden Isles. Just listen in.
Free Nation Movement Party leader Michael Pintard expressed the urgency of the election and the impact it will have on the entire country.
Tonight we stand on the edge of a powerful moment. What you do will determine if we are entering a new chapter in the governance of this country. Because tonight we are marching to a place where we could determine who leads this constituency and who leads this country going forward. We have a chance. We have a chance to reject arrogance, to reject bad treatment, to demand from this government and every government that follows respect. We have a chance to say, enough is enough.
constituency he refers to as home. F&M candidate Brian Brown says he will bring a fresh sense of visibility, vowing to keep residents as the core value of his work.
I will bring representation that never disappears. As an MP, I should not be a stranger. I will be present, accessible, and accountable, working every day for you and for you. Because when this election is done, I'm still right here. Not behind any gate, not on West Bay Street, not on Paradise Island, not hiding out east. I'm right here in Golden Isles where I belong.
Former Prime Minister, the Honorable Hubert Ingraham, was met with enthusiastic cheers as he took to the stage Friday night. Mr. Ingraham using his voice to amplify the party's support for Brown, stating that a new era will be underway following the announcement of the election results.
It's my great pleasure, indeed my honor, to present to you the next MP for Golden Isles. So when the House of Assembly meets on Wednesday, the 3rd of December, Golden Isles seat will no longer be vacant. It'll be filled with Brian Brown.
Well, what was once Arnold's department store in Elizabeth Avenue is now gone, reduced to rubble Friday evening. The demolition part of the government's ongoing push to transform downtown Nassau and revive the tourist hub on Bay Street. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper.
We hope that every time we do one of these demolitions, it sparks interest and appetite from the Bahamian people to do it. The government can drive it, we can facilitate it.
The tourism minister says a building already weakened by fire was one of several aging structures targeted for removal. He adds the government has been working closely with property owners to clear the entire block.
What we've determined to do is to clear the entire block in partnership with the owners of the properties. We wanted to see this area cleared as part of our overall revitalization of Bay Street. As you know, we have demolished now more than a dozen buildings. We're making steady progress, and we are planning for the future. We hope that something magnificent can go on this site.
Cooper says proposals already been invited for new restaurants, entertainment spaces, mixed-use developments, even residential and hotel options. He stresses that the long-term goal is to restore pride in the country's city center and finally reverse decades of decline.
There are a myriad of opportunities on Bay Street, from small entertainment, restaurants, bars. People are looking for things to do on Bay Street. Bay Street goes dead at 5 o'clock. That's a tragedy. We have a lot of death on the island, many locals on the island, even after the crew depart. If you drive this after 5 o'clock, you'll see that this is not a living city.
Many of the buildings being torn down date back to pre-independence with complicated ownership that has slowed the process. The Minister of Tourism insists momentum is building and the vision for a modern, thriving downtown is finally taking shape.
I've said before that the decay on Bay Street goes back some 40 years. We're not going to fix it overnight, but I think we're making steady progress. There has to be one signature project here on Bay Street. That's the next level for the development.
Well, arming private security and surveillance officers with lethal weapons is now a serious consideration. One of several major proposals emerging from a recent nationwide national security conference on the future of private security services in the Bahamas. With the legislation unchanged for more than 50 years, industry leaders say the time has come for meaningful reform. Lloyd Allen reports.
The surveillance sector is hoping for advancements in its decades-old legislation, namely the inclusion of lethal weapons along with mandatory registration of all active security officers. At the recent Private Sector Awareness and Protection Seminar held at the Paul Farquharson Center, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, cautioned representatives to remain agile due to the mere nature of their business.
Having done criminal defense work for 30 years, I can assure you that criminals learn something new every day. If you learn one way to secure something, they will seek to learn that and seek to change and adapt. So just as transnational criminal networks continue to evolve their methods, you in private security have to also evolve.
Currently, officers are only legally permitted to possess radios, clubs, or other non-lethal tools. But manager of the Ministry of National Security's Private Sector Security Services Unit, Samuel Smith, along with stakeholders, all agree the time for a change is now.
The Private Sector Security Service Act was enacted from 1970, and that's a very long time. Over the years, things have changed. And if you look around throughout the Caribbean, the United States, Europe, a lot of things have changed.
I have mixed emotions in that regard. I think that currently our criminal element speaks to a change. I think that lethal weapons are necessary at this point, and I think it's something worth talking around.
They're not treated with the same respect as, like you'll say, police officers, defense force officers, or any other officer. As you can clearly see, we are all from the same, as they say, pool, and yet security officers are treated much differently. I think that is an avenue that we have to look at, and yes, it must be at the level of lethal weapons.
The security personnel, they escort major assets, valuables, so there have to be something that they can protect themselves as well as the assets that they're carrying.
Now, once successful, proposed amendments to the Private Sector Security Act are intended to be tabled in Parliament and eventually enshrined in the legislation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, certainly a debate that will not go away anytime soon, right? Well, the fight against breast cancer gets a major boost this weekend as a high-energy fitness mixer brings purpose, power, and support to the Balmoral Club. Our Mauritian Burrows was there.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month may be over, but the fight is far from finished. This message taking center stage Saturday morning at Balmoral Club, where health advocates and supporters gathered for a high-energy fitness fun mixer, all in an effort to raise funds for breast cancer support. With tennis matches and Zumba sessions on the lineup, the event blends advocacy with a whole lot of fun.
It's a wellness initiative, mainly with female-led or involved fitness spaces. We have Zumba with Maya, Zumba with Reek. We have Impact Tennis, which my co-director is Larika Russell, and we're looking to just bring awareness to females about the importance of breast cancer.
While the official recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month has come to a close, event assistants say it's never too late to recognize something as grappling as cancer.
I know we celebrate it in October, but it isn't as if cancer stops. None of the cancers stop, really. Now, fortunately, breast cancer does get the entire month where there's much more recognition than the other types of cancer, but even still, like I said, it still continues. People still need support regardless of the month. So even if you want to have an event in December for it, it's okay. So that's why it was still important to still carry it on even though the month had passed, because we just want to be able to assist and help in whichever way we can.
And for cancer survivors like Junice Bullard, events like these highlight how movement and community can make all the difference during recovery.
I am a 3-year cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2022, and I had my mastectomy in 2022. And one of the things that was extremely important to me was recovery. My mental recovery, my physical recovery, and part of that is constantly working out, making sure that my body is in the best health. I think for me, part of my recovery and why I was able to just a few days after surgery just walk around as if nothing had happened was because I was always working out in the gym, finding something active, staying active, and finding something to do.
This event here proves that breast cancer is not confined to a month, but it's actually focused on providing hope and inspiration to all. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Mauritian Barros.
Well, thanks, Mauritian. Great stuff. Sports is up next. Stay close.
Diet-friendly special.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at it, safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
Hi, I'm Brent from CBS Bahamas. You may know us for having the largest online catalog in the Bahamas, but what you may not know is we also have access to over 1 million products through our special order program. If you're looking for something and you can't find it on our website, so long as it's hardware or home improvement related, just let us know. We'll add it to our catalog. You can make the purchase and it'll be here in as little as 10 to 14 days.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Bahamar Convention Center was the place to be on Friday night as it played host the Bahamar Men's Championship game. First up in the consolation game, an instant classic between the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Memphis Tigers. This one would be a seesaw affair that would go back and forth until the final buzzer as Mal Colvin will hit a buzzer-beater game-winning shot as time would expire to give the Demon Deacons a 68-66 win. And finally, in the championship game, the top-ranked team in America, the Purdue Boilermakers, they would take on the 15th-ranked Texas Tech Raiders, and this one was over before it even started. Purdue cruising to an 86-56 win to take home the Bahamar Men's Championship. Head coach Matt Painter.
They're a good team. Like they went on the road and played at Illinois, and when it went down to the end of the game, they have really good players. They have a couple guys that are going to play in the NBA, and just hats off to our guys. I thought from our rebounding and defense, we've made some strides here the last 3 weeks. I don't think we've arrived, but yeah, it was a great effort by our guys, and our seniors to be able to play in 4 quality MTEs and be undefeated. And you just go down and see that list of schools and and how good those programs have been, and for us to have that kind of success, that's why we've had really good seeds in the tournament.
An action not only taking place in the capital last night over in the north, the medal matches for the Grand Bahama Soccer Games. Here's Jay Philippe.
It was the gold medal game in soccer at this year's Grand Bahama Games between Central Grand Bahama and East Grand Bahama in both the men's and women's play. In women's play, Central won 1-0 against East Grand Bahama.
We definitely came out there to play as a team. We came with a strategy. We know what we needed to do to win. We know that we needed to run hard, work hard, because it's a hard team to play. We just came with everything we had.
I think they played really good. I haven't played soccer in a while, and these are the first times I played with these people, and that's a good team right now.
Now in the men's game, Central Grand Bahama won against East Grand Bahama 5-4 in a penalty shootout.
It's just a great tournament, It's more than just this game. We was building as a team coming into this game, getting everybody to play and click together, and we just brought the energy today. We was down, we was able to fight back, and I'm just so proud of those guys. So, it just feels amazing.
The Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, the Honorable Aram Lewis, excited about Central Grand Bahama's overall performance in soccer.
Right now, Central is on the roll. And I just wish them to continue with the other sports coming up, that everyone remains healthy, everyone remains focused, and at the end of the day, Central Braves will bring it home.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports from Freeport, Grand Bahama, I'm Jay Philippe.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
I'm Darren Pickstock, PLP candidate for Golden Isles, the only candidate with a real plan to get things done in the community. And I've already started by listening, solving problems, and showing up. That's the kind of representative you deserve. From repairing infrastructure to connecting you to opportunities, we can make real progress over the next year. Give me this chance on November 24th, and I'll prove just how much we can accomplish together.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Time enough for checking the latest weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dane joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. We're now down to 8 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season, and it looks as though we're not completely out of the woods. I'm looking at an area of cloudiness in the Caribbean Sea, south of Jamaica, and just to the east of Central America, and our computer models are suggesting that something could be happening there over the next 7 days. So we'll keep our eyes on that area and keep you posted outside of our studios. Just a few clouds. Temperature 80 degrees, the relative humidity 59%. East-northeast winds at 8 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,018.0 millibars, that's 30.06 inches, and the pressure is steady. Now, your temperatures around the islands, 76 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Toll Key, Marshall, Barbacoa, right where I'm at 78 degrees, the very islands, 82. Alistown, Bimini, 78 degrees, 80 degrees over in Harbor Island, Rock, San Lucia, 80 as well. Out of Cat Island, 1 degree up at 81. Black Point, Exuma, and Camp Space at Andros, also 81 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, reporting 80 degrees. 81 also in Georgetown, Exuma, in Rumkey, and San Salvador, Clarence, Long Island, also Crooked Island. 81 degrees there as well. Acklands, 82 over in Betsy Bay, Maguana, 82 degrees. Matthew Town, Nagua, 81. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight right through Sunday in the northwestern parts of our country. The winds will remain light and variable with flat seas 1 to 3 feet. High tide at 9 o'clock tonight and another high tide at 9:24 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands through Sunday, the winds take on a northeast to east component at 12 to 18 knots, wave 5 to 6 feet. So we are asking small craft to exercise a bit of caution in the central and southeastern islands right through tomorrow. Now satellite pictures showing high pressures in control, but there's a little trough in there, the extreme northwest Bahamas that could provide some clouds and even 1 or 2 brief showers during the course of tonight. Now, your forecast tonight called for clear to partly cloudy with 71 degrees for your low temperature here in the capital. And then tomorrow, we're looking at mostly sunny, very pleasant, high temperature, 82 degrees. And your extended weather forecast is beautiful conditions will continue right through Tuesday. But come Wednesday, we'll start to see some showers work their way into our forecast, and that's going to carry into the weekend with Friday being gray skies with scattered showers and a bit on the breezy side as we have a little frontal system that will be approaching the extreme northwest Bahamas. Desmond.
Thanks, Basil. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. It's been great. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. For selling cars